morning students. Hope you all are fine at your home. So today we're going to discuss about the bryophytes, which we already discussed in the last class, but today we're going to discuss about the various forms of bryophytes. So in that, the first one is the liverworts. So we know that these bryophytes, they inhabit moist and shady places. They inhabit moist and shady places, and that's why these bryophytes, they are also known as amphibians of plant kingdom, isn't it? So we have already seen in the last class that these members of bryophyta, they are known as amphibians of plant kingdom, because we know that they inhabit land surfaces, they form a dense mat which prevents soil erosion, and they also require water for various life cycle and for its reproduction, isn't it? So that's why, because it inhabit both the places, the land and the water, they are said to be amphibians, and basically the amphibians of the plant kingdom. So we know that these bryophytes, especially the liverworts, which we're going to discuss now, they have a thalloid-like structure, thalloid-like body structure. This, see, we have seen in a case of algae that the algae which belong to thallophyta, have thallus-like body, like this, which is resemble a leaf-like structure. So here this thalloid structure is little bit advanced than the algae thallus, right? It have a root-like structure which is not a true root. Remember this. Okay, so they have this root-like structure, a leaf-like structure, and a stalk-like structure. Clear? Which resembles a stem-like structure. So the bryophyte basically have root-like structure, which is basically known as rhizoids, which are unicellular. And this is the leaf-like structure, which is known as the thallus or the thalloid, and the stalk-like structure. Clear? So if we talk about the male and female structure, I'll draw it. One second. See, this is a thallus and this is a stalk-like structure, and these are small unicellular rhizoids which hold on to the substratum or any of the surface. Clear? So this is called substratum, which is the surface of any object, and these thalloid, they actually hold onto the substratum with the help of rhizoids. And see, we have I told you that we're going to discuss about the male structure and female. So what is the difference between male bryophyte and female bryophyte or the liverwort here? This is a typical male structure like this, okay, and this is known as anthridiophore. This structure is known as anthridiophore, which produces antherozoids. Clear? Which is resemble a male gamete, and taken to the female body through the water current, and it is flagellated and move to the archegonium. Now next is the female structure. So what is the change here? This is a stalk-like structure. So here you can see the difference of the male and female, right? You can see the different rays which arises onto the stalk-like structure, and this is known as archegoniophore, which produces egg. Clear? समझ में आ गया बेटा? So this is a thalloid-like structure of the male as well as female. I have characterized you. Okay, next we'll move to the reproduction of the liverworts. We have discussed the reproduction and the life cycle of the bryophyte in the last slide. I told you that the antherozoids, they fuse with egg to produce a zygote, and that will not undergo meiosis directly but form a multicellular structure which is known as sporophyte, isn't and this sporophyte forms spores by the process of meiosis. This is 2n, and these are haploid structures. So spores also haploid structures, and they germinate to produce thallus-like structure. Clear? Of the bryophyte. So this is what about the sexual reproduction of the liverworts. Clear, beta? So here antherozoids fuses with the egg. They form a zygote, which forms a multicellular structure known as sporophyte. This sporophyte undergo meiosis to form spores, which are haploid, which germinate to form thallus-like structure. Clear? Now the asexual reproduction. So here in asexual reproduction, it will reproduce by fragmentation. And the second one through gamete. So fragmentation, you know it very well that organisms split into various fragments and each fragment behave as new individual. So here the thallus break down into fragments and each fragment behave as a new individual. Clear that? So fragmentation is the asexual reproduction through which liverworts duplicate or multiply. Okay, next is the gamete. So these are the nothing but they are produced by gamma cups. And they are basically multicellular. They are green in color and basically in biscuit shaped. So what are gamma cups? The gamma cups are nothing but they are present on the thalloid structure and they are basically having the biscuit shaped structure. They are green in color and they are multicellular. These are known as gamma cups, which is present on the thallus, or thalloid. So these gamma cups, they produces gamet-like structure which disperse by the water current and they germinate to produce liverworts or thallus-like structure. Clear, beta? So gammas are nothing but they are the special structures which are produced by gamma cups which are present on the thalloid, and they are multicellular, green in color. They are having the biscuit shaped structure. These gamete, they are dispersed by the water current and where they find a suitable place, they start growing and form the thalloid-like structure. Clear, beta? So that was about the reproduction of the liverworts. Clear? And the example for liverwort is Mercantia. This is a liverworts which is present in the bryophyte. And it has a dorsiventral structure. Dorsiventral structure matlab you can easily identify which is the dorsal view and which is the ventral view of the thalloid. It can be clearly visible. Is that clear? So students, that's all for today. In the next class we will discuss about the mosses. Thank you so much.